Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Icarus. I am Zystars, and today, today we are going to go over 3 weeks worth of updates. None of the updates were massively huge, which is why I haven't had a update yet on them. But I think enough has happened over these last 3 weeks to warrant kind of a here's what you missed if you weren't playing Icarus. So for the first week 146, it was a pretty simple one. They converted 15 missions on Olympus to open world. All of these ones. So now you can do all of these with your open world character if you're playing on Olympus. Now that is not the map that I'm on right now. That's the original map, the OG. What's it say? It brings the total number of missions on Olympus to 37 that you could do. So it really now, if you really want to start playing this game, jump into Olympus, you can get most of the missions done without ever needing to redo your base, which personally I think is amazing. That's week 146. Pretty straightforward. And then, where is it? Oh, yeah. So we got a couple of little fixes, some shadow fixes, some cart fixes, some desert saddle fixes. Oh, look at that. Desert saddle on the Moa. That's pretty cool if you like to ride birds around. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So, yeah, we had your list of missions right here. All of these can be done now on open world. Now, week 147. This one is probably, of these 3 weeks of updates, the coolest update. Now, and that mostly comes in with the field update, or the field guide. But before we look at that, it looks like that if you are an owner of the Stationeers game that this company has also put out, you can get a bobblehead. I'm not sure how that comes to you or what it... I'm sure it doesn't actually do anything, but it's kind of a neat little, hey, thanks for supporting our other games. Here's a little thingamadoo that you can have, which I think that's pretty cool. Now, what else did we get? So we got some functionality stuff. So local saves are no longer shown on the load screen. Prospects without local saves. So that's pretty cool, where you could see past multiplayer games and not actually have access to the file. This is nice. If like me, you've played this game a lot and you have a lot of save files. It just kind of helps clean that stuff up. Now, mounts. So this wasn't an issue in the past because mounts, you couldn't take them off of the prospects. But now that you can freeze your mount and you can take it back up, that particular mount can be used with any character, not just the one that raised it or the one that, you were actively playing when you bought the mount from the workshop. So this is pretty cool. Well, that means with this character, if I wanted to start a new one, I could take my horse and have a fully leveled up horse go down to the planet with him, and that would speed things up a little bit, which is pretty sweet. And we got some biome buff stuff, which is pretty cool. They say, okay, so wood rag, wood fire, biofuel, and flashlight lights. They increase the strength and progression of those lights. That's pretty cool. Because in the past, some of the lights were pretty unremarkable. The flashlight, the biofuel lantern, when compared to how cheap and how bright the wood rag torch and the wood... I don't know why they call it a wood flare. That's a weird word, but maybe that's what it is. But that's pretty cool. So yeah, you're able to get some better lighting. And I have tested this with the exception of... Where is it? Oh, it's daytime. You're not going to see it very well. With the exception of this light... That light still kind of sucks. I mean, it's bright, but oh yeah, see the shadows? They're very pixelated shadows. And at night, that is very, very stark. So that light, I was hoping with this update they fixed that, but they didn't. So, it is what it is. And this is the decorative light. The Art Deco wall light. Which is pretty good. But the rest of the lights work pretty good. But those aren't the lights they're talking about. They're talking about lights like the lantern that we have here, the wood rag torch that you can make, this one here. Is there a flare? Yeah, I don't know what the flare is that they're talking about. But, oh, how long has this been here? Oh, there's a flare arrow. Maybe that's what they mean. The flare arrow got the buff. That'd be pretty cool. That's probably been here the whole time, and I'm just a tool and didn't see it. I figured they were talking about the wooden torch, but Yeah. I would imagine as the tiers go up, what that means is as the tiers go up, there's better light for each tier worth of handheld light, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Where were we? All right. Now, added CPU access to beds, Gaffer, that didn't already have it, along with Gaffer for the Black Wolf trophies. I don't know what that means. But the effect is fixes crashes when placing down the trophy and may re-enable the fur on the beds. I did go take a look at my bed, which has fur on it, and it does. I don't remember it looking this cool before. Maybe it did. Maybe I should go back to an older video, but the fur here at least looks really cool. I don't think I have the Black Wolf trophy. No, I don't. This one looks really neat, though. Yeah. I don't know about the Black Wolf trophy. I don't remember ever doing it, so I don't know if it actually crashed for me or not, but it is good that they're identifying those things. Oh, yeah, the cargo hauling talent with the horse and the Tyrannus. This one was a strange addition to make, but, I mean, it's not bad. It gives you additional bonuses. So that's this one right here, cargo hauling. Increases the number of slots and gives you, at rank 3, an extra bulky, the heavy cargo slot. Now, we already had this one, the balanced pack, which gives 1, 2, and 4 slots. This just means there's more slots. Now, you're not going to be able to haul more weight with this one. This is the only weight capacity one, I believe. Yeah. This is the only weight capacity one, which is boosted up to 20%, which is the max that we have now, which is 240 kilograms. But with this one, you can get some more slots. So I've got the cargo one already maxed out on here, and this is how many it has. So it would add 3 more, giving you 2 full lines, as well as an additional one of these. Now, these are used to carry radar, certain drills, stuff like that. Just the big stuff that you don't want to carry around yourself. You could throw the thumper on there if you were using a thumper with this on this map, which on this map, the thumper would be pretty good if I didn't already have auto mining drills everywhere. But hey, having extra space on your mount is awesome because that can free up space in your own personal inventory to do things that you want to do and free up your own personal weight, which is pretty sweet. All right, what else did we have on here? The Buffalo have their roll and twist rotation zeroed on reload. This should be a reliable band-aid fix for the issues where mounts become permanently rotated on an angle. I never personally experienced this, so I don't know exactly what this is talking about, but I can understand how that would be kind of a pain, and it's good that they're working on that. What does this say? Fix a charging device as it was no longer charging powered objects after the new data table enumeration switch. I didn't see that. My stuff has always been charged just fine. I will admit, though, I don't use it a lot. The only thing I use it for is charging this lantern, and it always charged the lantern fine. But if there were things that weren't getting charged, it is excellent that they are putting their work into making sure, you know, the little things function the way they're supposed to function. Now, this next one is the whole reason I never use chickens in this game. Chickens will now automatically deposit their eggs into a nearby coop. Before, they had to path to the coop in order to deposit the eggs, which means a lot of us just never got chicken eggs, which is a whole section of the food area, that the crafting tables of the food, that we just never used because the egg thing, the chickens, were just terrible. Well, now they only have to be within a reasonable range of the coop, which is fantastic. I may have to do some chickens at some point to get that done. So I'm pretty excited about this stuff up here. This is all really good stuff. Now, on top of that, we got a field guide. Big one. So let's get in here and just look at it. So the field guide, you hit J. Normally you get the bestiary, your fishing record, which is hilarious. Now you've got this section called items. So you've got 2 ways to get to the field guide. You can go here and just search for what you want, or you go into your inventory, you right click on, let's say, the electricity tool, and just go to open field guide. Now, where this is really going to come in super handy, for me anyway, you come up here to your food, and you're like, oh, I don't remember what I can make with watermelon. Well, here's what you use watermelon in. What the? That's hilarious. That's awesome. Because I used to go over to the stove, click on the stove, and just kind of hover over these looking for the one for the plant that I want. But now, if you want to focus on a plant, like maybe early on, watermelon is one of the only ones you can find. You can be like, well, if I can get a hold of the fruit salad mix, why doesn't this say what you used to make it? Oh, that's too bad. It doesn't say what. Oh, you can click on it, though. There you go. Watermelon and wild berry. Oh, okay. Pretty sweet. Oh, what do I make it on? Oh, okay. I can make it on anything. That's great. Want to know how to make fruit muffins? Well, you need dough, strawberries, and watermelon, and it has to be on a stove. Oh, man. This is such an awesome resource. It's such an awesome tool. I'm a huge fan of this. All of the other stuff, it's kind of like, okay, you know, whatever, but maybe with the black wolf, you're like, well, what the heck do all of these silly black wolves do? Alpha, hyena, carcass, alpha. You can make a knife, you can make an arrow, you can make a lure, and you can make a throwing knife, right? So the black wolf tooth and whatever, but because they don't really do that much damage. But I mean, you can see what you're going to use with them, which is pretty awesome. Cave worm, you ever want to know what the silly cave worm scales are used for? Well, you click that, you can make a knife, a spear, an arrow, a bow, a knife, a throwing knife, or a javelin. It's pretty sweet. They also have the workshop items in here, which is pretty interesting. I mean, it's pretty cool. You don't have to go into the workshop to see the differences in all of these things. So I guess that's pretty sweet. And it looks like they've got them. They've got them in the lowest, cheapest. No, they don't, because here's the MXC, and that's the lowest, cheapest. So they're just kind of in here. But it also shows you all of the knives, which is pretty cool. You'll see all of the spears, which is pretty cool. Oh, you know what, though? You can click on the steel knife, and you can see all of the attachments. So yeah, all in all, this field guide is pretty sweet. All right, what else? Do they say anything else about it? Nope, that's everything. That's everything with the field guide. So yeah, pretty sweet adding that to it. What's this do? I don't know. Now, the last quality of life update is over here for week 148. That's this week. And as of recording this, it was yesterday. So hopefully I can get this video out pretty quick. This week, they have focused on some more quality of life improvements. Just little ones so that there's nothing massive that's going to happen, because next week is supposed to be the null sector. They've been promising this for a long time, and I've been looking forward to it for a long time. I'm pretty excited. I think the null sector is on Prometheus, yes, so we'll have to switch over to Prometheus from here. So I'll gather up all of the stuff that I want to take over to Prometheus, and I'll see if hopefully that old save loads. If not, that would be terrible. But if not, we will start over and build a base near the null sector so that we can explore it when the time comes. Now, this week there is a beta. I'm not going to be working in the beta, because I don't know if they will allow posting stuff on it. Plus, it's only a week. So, whoops. So I think I'm just going to skip the beta, and I'm going to go in completely blind to it next week. Now, what quality of life improvements have we had? Let's see. Feature upvote. We've added flat variants for the wooden crates craftable at tier 1 for easier stacking. Ooh, that's pretty cool. These are variants of the existing slant style crates. Modules purchasable from the workshop now have their own unique icons rather than varying colors of the stock icons. That's pretty cool. We have also fixed a few bugs, rebalancing on this particular mission. If you are having issues with that, Zebra have no more health. I don't know if I've ever done this mission. So, hey, it wouldn't be a change for me. And they've fixed an issue recently with Big Resource Network Refracted that meant you can no longer disconnect workstations from networks by right-clicking them with water electricity tools. Now, I didn't have that problem. The problem I had was water and electricity workbenches that use water and electricity not registering that water and electricity were there. But it looks like these haven't disconnected, so everything seems to be working fine. I think it's just this stuff up here. Yeah. Everything's actually still connected, which is pretty cool. Okay, to give you a quick idea on torch varieties, here's the weakest torch. Okay. So it lights up this room really well. Here is the wooden torch. Not a whole lot different, is it? It goes a little farther. And then here's this. So this lamp lights things up wonderfully. This lamp, which pulls so much power, is a terrible lamp. They need to make those lamps better. This lamp is still even, like, see that? And then we do this, lights up the whole room. Almost makes you not want to use overhead lights, doesn't it? But that's those torches, so let's go outside. All right, let's get where there's a little more distance. Okay, the basic torch, okay, lights up about to that rock. The number 6 torch, a little bit farther, right? It's about the same amount of light, but it lights up a little bit farther. And then the lantern lights up a lot farther. So that's kind of what that does. You know, the little torches these are great for starting out. They really are, because they're super cheap and you can make them real easy. These require some sulfur, so you're using some more resources. And then obviously this thing is phenomenal. So, yep, their updates to the lights were pretty good. I would like to see some updates to interior lights, but I mean, I guess this works pretty well. These they work just fine for inside. Because you can put up several of them, and this light is about half of that light, which is about half of the lantern. But you can also make them sooner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all of our updates. So when I already told you about Null Sector, we went over that. We went over, this is the wrong week. We went over the quality of life improvements, the zebras and all of that stuff. Oh, the flat variants of the wood trunks. Let's see if I have any. They would be in here. Okay, medium wood crate. Here they are. We'll just grab 2 of them. All right, so in the past, this was our crate, right? It's slanted, and nobody knows why it was created that way. Now this one, you had to put on top, and it left it slanted. Nobody liked doing that. So instead, they have decided that they are going to give us flat roofs, and it looks like the default is a flat roof. Yeah, they defaulted to the flat one. Yep, same amount of space. But now when you stack them, look at that. That is so much better. I mean, you only use these for a little while until you get, well, not those ones, but the wooden versions of the cabinets, but that is so much better, because we could easily do 3 stacks of these, whereas with the slanted ones, if you do 3 stacks of them, they're going to come out to here, and they're going to be leaned, and it's ugly. And it looks terrible. Like, why would you create one of these? Why would you create a box like this and have it slanted like that, unless it was a box meant to be used outdoors in the snow and rain, so that it would have a roof that the water and the snow can slosh off of. Inside, not necessary. I thoroughly like this upgrade to the crates. I wonder if the little crates, it probably did the same thing to the small wooden crate, right? Yeah, it did. Look, it's flat now. It's got a flat icon. That is wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to cut this one. I hope you enjoyed this synopsis of some of the new updates and changes in the last 3 weeks. And as I said before, next week is going to be Null Sector. So there won't be a 148 update unless they have a bunch of extra stuff on top of Null Sector. But we're going to go over Null Sector and get the playthrough going for that to get some videos on, which I think is going to be awesome. Now, most likely what's going to happen is they're going to release Null Sector, and then they're a week or 2 later, they're going to change some stuff, which is fine. If they change stuff, we'll go over the changes and we'll press on. Hopefully it doesn't break any of the saves on Prometheus. It is a very large change to a map. They're taking a section of map that was previously unexplorable, and they're opening it up for us. So that could break saves. Just be aware that if your saves break, maybe make a backup of your save before you start playing the new one. And if you need to know where to back up your saves, you can just go into the saves folder of Icarus in your Steam library and just grab your save game files and drag them into another folder and just label it, Icarus backup saves or whatever. That way, if it does break, you can delete the broken save and throw those ones back in and play with them. So if that becomes an issue, then we'll go over it, but I hope it doesn't. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for a little bit more content, leave a comment in the comments section, and share the video with your buddies, because YouTube says sharing is caring. And as always, everyone, I do hope you have a great rest of your day.
Shut up and sit down.